Hey yo, what's going on, my peoples? Alright guys, so I'm bringing out my pyro build. I know some of you have been wanting a dev gun build. I'm still working on it. I'm trying to get it as good as I can. Right now it's a little wonky, honestly. The statue set's kind of weird, but this is not what this video is about. So today I'm going to show you my anomaly pyro build. I'm also working on a bullet build for this guy. And then I'll work on a bunch of other builds because this guy has so many different damage abilities and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be putting out a lot more builds for him. But this is the first one. And this is the Ash Blast build that I use. So pretty much how it goes is you use overheat just to ignite. It doesn't do that much of a damage, but it does tick damage, and then you use Ash Blast, and then overheat. Did I call that overheat? I meant heat wave. So you first do heat wave, and then when you have them ashed, you do overheat, which is that third ability, and boom, everybody dies. Okay? So, similar to my Devastator, I use the same setup. A Funeral Pyre with Shadow Comet and Fortress. A Death Shield, you can use an Anemoy. Doesn't matter, they're both interchangeable. Keep Fortress and Moaning Winds. I like Death Shield because it, I don't know, it sort of looks nice. Because it's got the same color scheme as the Ikari set. And then the Torment and Agony with Moaning Winds and Clip Combustion. Let's move on to the headgear. So for my headgear, I have the Helmet of the Ikari with Fire Tsunami and Burnt Out. On the armor of the Ikari, I keep Detonator and I keep Tidal Wave. And it's as easy as that. You don't need to change a single thing. Just upgrade or keep boosting those abilities, I guess. On the Waistcloth of the Ikari, I have Anomaly Power, Skill Life Leech, and Cooldown Reduction. Oh, that was, by the way, what I'm trying to go for most of my pieces. And I said that the opposite way. I meant to say I have Anomaly Echo and Captain Hunter. I just read the freaking passives. Whatever. For Skill Life Leech, you can also get status damage or status power. That's also fine. But yeah, I kept Anomaly Echo and put Captain Hunter. On the gloves, now these are not perfect. I would replace max health with Anomaly Power, of course, but this is all I got right now. So I'm sticking with it. But yeah, I have max health, cooldown reduction, and status power on this. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I still do a boatload of damage. But the skills on this are the Ash Rage increase in range for that extra Ash Blast range. It does it almost like in the entire room. It's crazy how big the range is for that. And Death Sentence, which you can get from this bad boy right here. And the last thing is the boots, just purple boots. I put Master Consumer, which you can get on the Ikari boots. And you could technically use this too, if you don't have this, and just swap them, but this one has Anomaly Power, and I would rather have that than max health. So yeah, so I just go with purple boots with Anomaly Power instead of those, and I have Master Consumer and Ashen Boost. I feel like Ashen Boost does more, but let me know if there's alternatives you guys know that would do a lot more damage, and we'll see. Maybe I could try to squeeze it. You know, if it's a tier 2 mod, then I could probably try to search for it. But if it's tier 3, it might be a little. I'll have to play around and maybe find one with Tidal Wave or something like that, and then put Master Consumer, and then put that tier 3 mod on the armor. But whatever, let me know. And apparently this is not even the max level. Maybe I use something else. I think it's this, actually. And I put Ride the Wave on it, which makes no freaking sense. But it's fine, yeah. That was level 49, I just realized. But yeah, same deal. This is just for the little Shadow Comet damage, and then the big damage comes from my abilities and the Moaning Winds. So, let's get into it. And I'll show you guys how fast I can run this. Like, Boomtown, it's so fast. Like, now it's not the most tanky build, but it clears really fast. Alright guys, so we're going to get into it, but before I do, I wanted to quickly show you the class skill tree. So, pretty much, what I do is I try to get into all the different cooldown skills, so Marble Orchard, I don't know the names, Warm Up, Wildfire, you know, all these different ones, just to get those cooldowns and all those skills a little lower. Heat Wave's on 6.7, Ash Blast on 9.9, and Overheat on 6.6, so it's pretty convenient. And yeah, I mean, I go top tree, which people would think is the actual like firepower builds, but it works. It works for anomaly builds. You're not as tanky though, because I know obviously the Firestorm tree is the most tanky, and then the Tempest has Phoenix Deathling, which basically gives you another life. But I mean, this has like super fast cooldown, so I prefer this. You never know. I mean, sometimes I die with this build too much, so I'm like, I might switch it. But for now, I'm sticking with this one. Let's see what I spec into. So I'm just going to go into the key things, because obviously this doesn't really help, but I just have to go through it because it's basically I have no options. But Trial of the Ashes, that's very good. Does more enemy to does more does more damage to enemies inflicted with Ash. I go for Hot Situation. This is to also get that boost in anomaly power when I use Ash Blast, I believe. I think that's Ash Blast. Yeah. This is Resistance Piercing. Not a huge deal. Ashes to Ashes, big deal. It also inflicts vulnerable to ashed enemies, so this helps with damage a bunch. All these Ash things pretty much help me do more damage to, you know, when I use Ash Blast. So it pretty much, all the ads and stuff, they die in one shot pretty much when I use my abilities. This is for more elites damage. So this is, you know, in addition to Captain Hunter, obviously. We want to focus on the elites. That's why, because we don't struggle with the ads for this build at least. And then another Ash skill here to inflict more damage to enemies who are inflicted with Ash. So yeah, that's pretty much the core things here. So I'm gonna start off, obviously, just like the Devastator. Clear out my secondaries. And let's get started. Alright, let's see. We should clear this pretty fast, I hope so. Unless I die. You never know. It is not the tankiest, so I mean, I completely understand if you guys are struggling with that. I do too. But look at the damage, it's crazy, right? It's like no problem. Did I reload this? Yeah, I felt I did. Boom, boom, boom. Just wait for that Ash to spread, you know? Because it's not immediate. It's not immediate, so I wait for that Ash to spread, and then boom. These guys take a little bit of time, but come on, come on. I know you guys can make it. Look at that. Oh, and by the way, like, even our Shadow Comet does more damage when these guys are all ashed up. So don't hesitate to use your guns when they're ashed for a little bit. So what I do usually for elites is sometimes if they're ashed, I won't even proc my overheat. I'll just use like a Shadow Comet or my Moaning Winds then, and it's plenty of damage. Look like there. I did proc even that, but it's not a big deal. These icicle storms or whatever, they might get me killed. And look, I reloaded this gun again. Come on. Come on. Yep, die. And by the way, guys, when you're using your abilities, try to have, I messed up there. Look, but it doesn't matter. I used Overheat accidentally instead of you know, freaking Ash Blast first, and now my whole cycle is freaking messed up, but that's okay. There, we're back on track now. Come on, bring the next guy. I should not have dropped down. I didn't know that my shotgun had all that range. And it didn't have range for this guy, though. Look, I just do that because I'm scared, but, you know, like, I don't even need to be that. Freaking overheat was enough. I didn't need to pull out or the moaning winds was enough. I don't know which one killed him. But this part's my favorite, because boom, they're all dead. There we go. Alright, this last part on Boomtown is a little tricky. You got to take a little bit of cover. Let's see if we can knock it out this time, though. Alright. Look, so you got to be a little careful there, because I've honestly died a bunch of times, but there we go. So, as long as you peek in and out, make sure those like little red things that are on the floor when he's about to launch his like aerial thing, that you move away so that you know, it doesn't come right where you are, and then move back to the same spot, and you'll be good to go. Otherwise, he will kill you like very fast. But pretty fun. As you can see, I was not having you know, a tough time with the abilities. I mean, I would mess them up in the order, but oh, look at that, 3 legendaries. But I would keep getting them. Like, they would cycle over and over, and especially because the buff came to Ash Blast, which was not needed, to be honest, but they cut the cooldown down a little bit, so now it's like sub 10 seconds. Barely, but still. But no, it works well, right? And you know, I like the build. It's fun. You got to be a little more tactical, but it does like insane AOE. Like, I can't even talk sometimes because it's so good. Oh, look, an absolute 0. I have a god rolled. Come on now. But yeah, guys, keep on the lookout, because I will be trying to put a firepower build for my pyro, as well as my devastator. Pyro's almost done, I think. Like, pretty good, but not obviously as good as techno. And I'm gonna release another techno video, by the way, guys, because I made slight tweaks to my Borealis Monarch build just for Eye of the Storm, and I was able to clear it. It was silver. You can't gold if you're doing solo, but it was a solo silver clear, so super excited about that. And it's got ammo regen, and you can lose, don't get me wrong, but if you play it right, you will not run out of ammo. So be on the lookout for those 3 videos. They are on the way. And thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you try this build. I'm going to also try making some adjustments to see if the other skill trees can give me, not obviously, I don't think I could get the same cooldown, but if I can get somewhat close, I think it might be worth it. Regardless, this build is pretty fun, so I'm going to stick with this for now. Let me know your suggestion, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe and all that fun jazz. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.